I feel like there's a lot of black and white thinking out there when it comes to parenting that's like, you have to be in one camp or you have to be in the other. Hi guys, it's Amanda with Eat Pray Crunch and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about how to feed babies and the kind of different philosophies that there are out there for what the best way is to feed a baby, and kind of the method that we have ended up choosing for our children that has worked really well for us. So if you guys have done any reading at all about first foods to give a baby, you'll see that there are like two main camps. There is the purees camp and there's the baby-led weaning camp. I'd say, you know, for the last century or so in the United States and probably a lot of the Western world, it's been really common to give babies pureed baby food. Once upon a time, people just pureed their own foods, but then, you know, there was the advent of Gerber and little jars of baby food and everything, and that became the norm. Actually, the idea was that you would start on very simple, bland foods like rice, cereal, oatmeal, that kind of thing. You know, the kind that you just get at the store. It's like little flakes, you add water, and then work your way into vegetables and the canned vegetables, canned fruits, that kind of thing. And then moving into finger foods after that. Then there's the baby-led weaning camp, which I think technically is something that a lot of cultures have been doing, actually the vast majority of the time. But it's become like a movement in the last couple decades, I think. And the idea behind that is to just right from the get-go give baby table food, the stuff that you are eating. You give parts of it that are at least mushy to them, and just completely avoid doing purees altogether. And the idea behind it is that you're getting kids to eat a variety of foods and learning new flavors and all of the things that you're eating from the get-go, right at the beginning. That's the idea behind the two camps. So what I did with my son the first time around was, if you guys have heard of the book Nourishing Traditions, it is a book that has had a huge influence in our life and our diet and has made huge positive changes in our fertility and a lot of our health conditions in general. And if you want to see a video about that, I will link that down below. According to Nourishing Traditions, they do encourage doing purees at the beginning. But also adding in a lot of traditional foods, including a lot of really good healthy animal fats, and giving kids things like soft-boiled egg yolk, and then working your way into finger foods later. So that's what I did with my son. We made our own baby food from scratch with our food processor, and I actually have a video on how to make baby food. If you want to see that as well, I'll link that as well. And I would make these like superfood baby food purees, and I would add in like coconut milk, I would add in butter sometimes, I would add in molasses for iron, sea salt for the minerals. You know, I was like making a superfood baby food, and that's what I started our son on. And I really didn't do a whole lot of finger foods at the beginning. I remember thinking at the time, before actually having my own child, that how can I possibly get enough nutrition into the baby without doing purees? Like, if they're just eating finger foods, how can I get enough in them? And so that was my idea when I started. And that's what I did a lot of, was purees. I mean, they were so tasty, we would eat them too. And so he loved them. He thought they were great. And then when we got to the phase of starting to introduce finger foods, our son wasn't as, like, he did it. He would eat little pieces of like avocado, and we'd give him like the little puffs and that kind of thing, and he ate those things. But he progressively ate less and less. Like, he became pickier and pickier. And over the, you know, he's almost 3 now, and we have learned over time that he really doesn't like pieces of fruits and vegetables. It's a texture thing. He has a texture issue. And he will still eat purees now. Like, you know, if we give him sweet potato to eat with a spoon, he will eat that right up. If we give him green smoothie, he will drink that out of a straw, no problem. Give him pieces, any sort of cooked, raw, anything, fruits and vegetables, he won't touch it. And we've tried everything and he won't eat it. And so I remember thinking, well, gosh, I was so skeptical about baby-led weaning before, like, but maybe there is something to it. Giving kids a variety of textures from the get-go and helping them learn to chew even before they have teeth, even with soft things. So I was like, okay, with the second baby, I'm going to try a little bit more baby-led weaning. And so I did. I think there are a couple factors here. First of all, my daughter has a different personality than my son. She is extremely adventurous and also has a very easygoing personality. And I think that is helping, first of all. And second of all, we have done a lot more baby-led weaning with her. And now she eats everything. You probably saw my video of what my baby ate from 6 to 9 months, and she eats everything. I also made a video about how she loves lemons. She loves lemons. Like the kid, she'll eat anything. I wasn't doing exclusive baby-led weaning with her. I have also been doing the purees with her because I still have the belief that you can get a lot more good nutrition into them with purees, because you can just get a lot more bulk in them that way. And so I was like, why does this have to be an either or thing? And so I decided with her that I would do both. So I really feel like for us that has been the perfect balance, is just doing both. Why does it have to be one or the other? I feel like there's a lot of black and white thinking out there when it comes to parenting that's like, you have to be in one camp or you have to be in the other. But really, I think that like most things in the world, there's like a happy medium, you know? And I'm really happy with how it's working out with our daughter, because right now we're still struggling with our son to get to eat, you know, certain textures of things. And I don't know for sure how much of it is, you know, that we didn't do baby-led weaning so much with him, and how much of it is just his personality. I think that there are both factors going on there. But so far, my daughter's almost a year, and it has already been way less of a battle than it was with him. And she likes both kinds of textures too. So she likes both the puree texture and, you know, solid stuff. And if anything, she even prefers the solid stuff more. So, you know, I feel like there's something to that, because I also have a couple of friends who did only baby-led weaning, and now their kids won't eat anything that's mushy at all, because they also have a texture issue just the other way. And so I really feel like there are benefits to both. Like doing purees, you can really get a lot of good nutrition into them, but also giving them the food that you're eating yourself, it teaches them to really develop a sense for a whole array of flavors and textures as well. And it helps them learn how to chew really early on too. My daughter, you know, at like 6, 7, 8 months, she was able to chew just gum a lot of, I mean, as long as it wasn't like, you know, dried fruit or steak or something that like you really need teeth for, or nuts or something. But everything else she was able to gum enough to chew it up. And I think that really helped her learn how to do that. So anyway, so that's my philosophy, is like, you definitely don't have to be in one camp or the other. I think that there are valid benefits to doing both. So that is the wisdom and experience that I have gained from feeding both of my children in kind of different ways, and the results that have come of that. So anyway, I hope that is helpful for you. And let me know in the comments below, like, how you guys, have you done baby-led weaning exclusively or purees exclusively? And, you know, how has that gone for you guys? I love talking about this stuff and having discussions about it. So start the conversation below. I'd love to hear. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and go on over and check out my Facebook page if you haven't already, and also subscribe if you haven't already as well. And thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.